Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Theme Deck Corner. Today we are taking a branch back towards Roaring Skies with the Aurora Blast theme deck. This theme deck is based around Articuno. This Articuno actually came out with Roaring Skies, and it hit the major blue, bulky blue decks pretty quickly, as the Find Ice attack that we're about to explain is just wow. So Articuno is the 120 HP basic water type Pokemon. One water energy will get you this Find Ice attack that I previously mentioned. And what it does is it lets you search your deck for up to 3 water energies, reveal them, and put in your hand. Now, think of it this way. I'm playing a theme deck that revolves around getting the proper cards. Luckily, a lot of the time you don't get a choice. Usually it's just you're drawing the top card of your deck. Well, if I can play Articuno, get this Find Ice ability to go off a couple times, I know the likelihood of me drawing an energy isn't as high as drawing something I might actually need. Not to mention, I have a higher chance of setting up my bench or my attacking Pokemon. It's actually really cool. Its other attack is Freezing Wind, 2 water, 2 colors. It's going to do 100 damage. And again, for turn 1, Find Ice, now I've got the rest of my energy in my hand. So it's just a matter of time before Articuno is doing some massive damage. This card, in theme deck format, is really good. Now, we're going to go over the rest of the deck. We're going to have Dunsparce. Dunsparce is another useless card. 60 HP colorless Pokemon, has Burrow and Rollout. Nothing really to go whoopee about. We have 2 Fletchling, 40 HP, colorless, acrobatics, flip 2 coins, this attack gets 10 more damage for each heads. Maximum output of 30, not really worth bothering with. Now we have Tranquil, 80 HP, colorless Pokemon, with Fly, 2 colorless energy, it's going to do 40 damage. We get to flip a coin. If Tails, we're not doing anything, guys. If Tails, we're doing nothing. We're just going to stay on the ground. We're going to look and be like, hey, you told me to do something? Well, if I manage to get a heads on this coin flip, all damage is prevented on the following turn. So that's really cool and really bad at the same time. So it's really cautious to use Tranquil. Our next Stage 1 colorless Pokemon is Fearow, 100 HP, has Peck and Drill Run. Not much really else to say about it, it's okay. We have Swablu, 40 HP, colorless as well. Bind Wound heals us 20 damage. Now our cool new Pokemon of the deck is Swellow, the ancient trait with Delta Plus. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack of this Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. That is something that can be very beneficial in this format, because there's really not a whole lot of things that can take 2 prize cards in this. Now it's not really bulky, it's got 90 HP, but it does have Peck and Wing Attack. More damage based on the energy you give it. 50 damage isn't really a great output, but again, I'm getting 2 prizes if I knock something out, so it might be worth setting this guy up. Our next one is the Stage 2 of the deck, Salamence, 160 HP, he's a dragon, has 3 attacks, Shatter, Power Howl, and Steam Blast. For 1 fire energy, we're going to do 60 damage. Discard any stadium card in play. That's pretty useful. Pretty useful for sure. Power Howl, 1 water, 2 colorless. It's going to do 20 damage times the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Situational. But if your opponent has nothing, it's not going to do any damage. If it has, like, if I'm playing Noctowl, for instance, and it's got like 20 cards in its hand, wow, that's going to do a lot of damage. Its main attack is going to be Steam Blast, 2 fire, 1 water, 1 colorless, 170 damage. Discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. That's not a great problem, but hey, Shatter does 60 and discards an energy. That's worth it. Victini is the other fire Pokemon. It's the only fire Pokemon in the deck. Has Me First, draw a card for 1 energy. Okay, not bad. And Cyple, 1 fire energy, 1 colorless, it's going to do whopping 20 damage. But I get to flip a coin to see if I can paralyze something. So it has that? I don't know. Our final Pokemon line is Pelipper, the toilet bird himself, 100 HP, has Swallow and Water Pulse. 1 water energy, 1 colorless for Swallow. It's going to do 30 damage, and you heal from this Pokemon the same amount of damage you did to your opponent. Cool. And Water Pulse, you put your opponent to sleep. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Why am I yawning? Professor's Letter is our first item card. We get to search our deck for 2 basic energies, put it into our hand. This helps out Articuno further, which means less energy we're going to be drawing. We have a Revive, because you know what? Our main focus is to get Articuno going. And if for whatever reason our opponent knocks one of them out, I need a way to get it back. A Revive is a really nice way to do so. We have a Switch. Mistakes happen, or the active Pokemon is a Dunsparce. And we don't want that. Now we can switch it out. We have an Ultra Ball. This lets us discard 2 cards and grab the Pokemon of our choice. Why is it every time I start recording I gotta yawn? I don't get it. I really don't. Moving on. We have a Pokemon Center Lady, heals a 60, removes all special conditions. I love this card. We have a Pokemon Fan Club, letting us grab 2 basics of our choice, putting them into our hand. We have a Steven, who is brand new to the format this time. Steven lets us search our deck for a supporter and an energy card, so it's not my favorite supporter, to be honest with you. We have 2 Tyranno, draw 3 cards, pretty self-explanatory. Wally, hit the field in this deck. You get to search your deck for an evolution card and put it onto one of your Pokemon, as long as it's not an EX, but that's not a big deal because we're playing team deck format. Regardless of whether they just came into play or not, Wally can evolve them, so it's beautiful. If I have Bagon going into Shelgon and I just evolved this turn to Shelgon and I have Salamence in my deck still, Wally, hey look, I can evolve. Now I've got Salamence. Beautiful. Winona lets us search for 3 colorless Pokemon, which isn't very good in this format, or in this deck. I'll be looking for Swallow if this is the card I pick. Now, Double Dragon Energy was also released in this. Wow, why? I don't know. Don't know why I'm yawning. Double Dragon Energy was also released in this in this set, which is an amazing card for Salamence, but thankfully there's only one of it because there's only one real dragon line. Ending it out though, we do have 7 fire energies and 10 water energies. So, without any further ado, without me yawning anymore and making you guys fall asleep, because I probably did, I'm gonna head on to that Pokemon TCGO versus game and see if we can get ourselves a match! Alright guys, game number 1 is against Max CTKO, and we're playing the new Fates Collide Lugia deck. So we're getting the coin toss here. We're going to call Tails, because that's what we're supposed to, and we lose a coin flip anyway. And Maxie is going to go second. He's going to let us play first. Fair enough. I get my Articuno, which is exactly what I want. Going to throw up that good old Articuno there. I'm going to save my Wally. Don't really need to use it just yet. Going to play the Tailo, and we'll throw up the Fletchling, because why not, right? It saves us from drawing it later on. So we're going to throw that water energy on Articuno. I think I'm going to grab Winona. Let's let me net my Swallow. And I don't even know what else I want to grab. I'll grab a Fearoline, because why not? So there we are. We got some birds. Less things to draw, and that'll be our turn. So we'll be able to go for the Swallow evolution, the Fearow evolution next turn, and I'll probably want to pick up the Swallow as the card of choice to go for building. couldn't figure out what I was wanting to say there. Goes for a Tyranno, drops a fire energy on the Kangaskhan. So we see a Pelipper. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to go for the evolution here. Going to go for the evolution here. And I might want to set up Articuno. It's going to take him a long time to set up, but I might want to do some damage too. So let's grab that. We're going to go for the Find Ice, which will net us 3 water energy. All 10 are in the deck, which is great, meaning I can grab a ton of water energy over the next couple turns. Only 2 more turns from Freezing Wind. I should be able to grab all my energy out with Articuno. And by doing so, I'll be able to set up Articuno and hopefully get Swellow in range of a knockout shortly after. Because I can grab 2 prizes if I can set up properly. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh. We're going to definitely get Bagon out. We'll save Wally for now. Might grab the Shelgon. That'll lead us straight into Salamence. We'll go for another energy drop. Find Ice. 3 more energies. Beautiful. This Kangaskhan's actually putting on a ton of pressure, which is not good for us. He'll be able to... So let's see. He'll do 40. We'll do 100. Hard to say how this is going to go. He doesn't have guaranteed all the energy though, whereas we do. Goes for a Tiny Punch. Okay, there's 40 more damage. So regardless of how it works out, we're going down on the next turn. I'm going to go for a Tyranno. Let's draw 3 more cards. We got the Shelgon. So the idea here is to set up... I can use Vero and knock it out the following turn. Let's do that. Articuno. I know it's a waste of an energy, but we're going to do 100 damage. All that energy had to do something. We're going to knock him out with Vero. And then I can set up Salamence on the bench because I can go for the Wally to grab our Salamence. Beautiful. I like what you think. So he's going to go for that Mega Punch. Fairy Drop is going to heal him up, actually, which means I'm now out of range of knocking him out. Good play on my opponent's part. Definitely good play on my opponent's part. Oh! We've spent this entire time trying to get this thing going, and we have nothing now. This hurts. Kangaskhan. 100 damage is a lot of damage, and we were slower than him somehow. Well, we weren't slower. We get knocked out one shot by everything here. Well, we're gonna go in. Attach an energy drop to Furo. I don't think there's a way we can win this. Salamence! Salamence might be our only ticket to winning this, so it's a little scary. Peck, I'm going to get some chip damage off, which is nice. And I'll at least be able to go for a Shatter. I might still be in range of knocking out this Kangaskhan. The game's not too over yet. I shouldn't throw in my cards just yet. Professor's Letter will net him 2 more energy cards, most likely 1 of each. I want to say. I might be wrong. Might be. But you remember, guys, with that energy pouch attached, you got 2 fire energies. With that energy pouch, all the energy that's on Kangaskhan will go back to his hand. So unfortunately for that, we will not be seeing any removal of sorts from that. Kangaskhan is going to go for the knockout here. Oh, that's scary. I will be sacrificing my little fletchling to start setting up Salamence. I might have to sacrifice the Swellow too. I'm not sure yet. I'm in a very bad spot. There's a prize card. I'm going to throw up Fletchling. we draw a Pelipper. I will play the Steven just because it's the only area of play I can do. I'm gonna grab the Pokemon Center Lady. And we'll grab a Fire Energy because I don't have enough of them. So we're going to attach a Fire Energy to Salamence, and that'll be our turn. So we're gonna lose our Fletchling here. Which is alright. 24, 60, 80. We're 10 shy. Gonna throw up the Swablu. We're just gonna keep sacrificing things as long as we need to. We need Salamence to be able to get some damage off here. Now, if he doesn't play anything, our Salamence can knock out Kangaskhan this turn. Due to the amount of cards and using Power Howl. But it's a very scary position we're in. 4 energies on a Kangaskhan is very scary. The question is, what does he have in his hand? And what could he be considering right now? There comes a Cottony. No Lugias, which is funny. He goes for a Tierno, draws 3 additional cards. So definitely, we should be able to knock this guy out. Gets a Braixen, which is also scary. Is it 2? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We still are in range to knock out. So we'll be able to get this little Kangaskhan problem out of our way. Salamence is finally coming up, and hopefully this isn't the end of our match. Hopefully this is just the beginning. Power Howl is going to knock out Kangaskhan. Beautiful. Throws all those energies back into his hand, and we get Shelgon. So we also have a Pokemon Center Lady in the back. So if he wants to start trying to destroy us with Snorlax, it's going to take him a bit. It's going to take him a bit. Here's an evolution for Whimsicott. A drop for Fennekin. And another Fire Energy on Snorlax. So he can go for 50 damage. Now I will use my Pokemon Center Lady here to heal off Salamence. As I get another energy drop up, and I do believe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, we have enough with Power Howl to knock out Snorlax. Beautiful! 2 major threats gone, Salamence proving his worth. Tranquil, useless card. I think we might have this game now. So, he throws in Braixen. Fair enough. Power Howl still will knock out this Braixen, and after that, I'm not really threatened by anything on his bench. Here comes the energy drop. He's going to go for the Destructive Flame. 20 damage, and he does get to remove one of my energies. Which will it be? There goes a water. Beautiful, I didn't want it anyway. We'll play a Fire Energy on Salamence, throw up the Articuno, and we will go for a Power Howl, which will knock out Braixen, remove one more energy out of our opponent's hand, and we are closing this gap. This is actually a huge comeback. Salamence might just be able to pull the win out for us. That's why you never give up in a game. Even if you're in a tight corner, you can pull through. So, Jigglypuff is up. I know he's got energy. That's one thing I do know. He's got tons of energy. Loudred is now on the bench. And we see another Jigglypuff. I have not seen a Lugia yet. Here comes the Fire Energy. We're going to take 10. Oh, I apologize for taking 20. He's a fairy. We have a Spearow, kind of a useless card. I'm going to start setting up Articuno. Now that I have the ability to do so, I want to make sure I can take it. So, I'm going to go with the Power Howl. Still knocks out Jigglypuff, which is nice. 100 damage. I still have Steam Blast in the back, just in case any major threat does show up, I can take care of it. Here comes another Fennekin. Well, last time it was a Braixen, but still. He's most likely going to drop an energy on it for Will-O-Wisp. It'll be another 10 damage. But I don't think there's a way he can come back from this. We're at tie game now. And I'm in a huge, huge lead. Like, I have enough energy to still set up Articuno. I don't think it's going to come to that because I'm still going to get one-shots every turn. I'm not giving him the opportunity to set up. I'm just one-shotting every single thing on his side of the field. We got a Wingull, so I'll play that. Water Energy on Articuno, and I'm going to go for the massive... We'll go for a Shatter, because it does 60 damage, knocks him out, and we are down to one prize card. I'm actually having a hard time believing we swung that around, guys. I'm having a hard time believing it. And we'll go out with a Steam Blast on this one. The Loudred is in. Can only do 10 damage, so I'm not threatened by it. Oh my. Salamence, you are powerful. Mind you, we had to get a stage 2 out to come back. We did need to get the stage 2 out. Poor guy did not get the Delphox that he was probably hoping for. He didn't pull a Lugia either. Considering it's a Lugia deck, we didn't see one. I've pulled both Articunos already. Mind you, I'm only 7 cards ahead. We're just waiting on our opponent to make his final decision, most likely. There's a Fairy Energy. What's he gonna do? Drop another Meowth? Here comes a Whimsicott. He's going to make sure that his hand is not there, but I have a Steam Blast. Goes for 10 damage. We're going to draw our additional card, and I will go for the Steam Blast. Knock out this Loudred. Does not matter which energies I choose, because we are taking the final prize. We are taking the victory, and that, my friends, is game number 1. Salamence taking it back halfway through when we thought everything was lost. It was beautiful. Now, we are going into game number 2. Can we pull another victory? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I think we can. This deck is really strong. I have to give it to it. It's a really strong theme deck. But anyway. Alright guys, our next match is against Alex Hexor, playing the Lightning Pikachu deck, which is a problem for us because Articuno's water type. Mind you, I do believe I'm not weak to electricity. I want to say I'm weak to steel. Alex is getting this coin flip, however, and he's going to stall it out. We're going to see what he gets. We are losing another coin flip. Not a day for coin flips. But our opponent this time is going first. We are going to start with an Articuno. Articuno? Our opponent has no basics. We get the Articuno to start and a Wingull. We see he had a Raichu. Big deal. We know what the deck's... Well, we've seen it before. I've never actually looked over it, but I've seen it before. A few times. We would love to draw an additional card. We get a Fletchling for the bench. We see an Electrike, and I was right. Articuno is not weak to electricity. He is weak to steel. She, he, whatever you want to call her. Him, it. Articuno gets an energy. We're going to go for the Winona. And I want to get my Swallow going. So we're going to grab our Swallow, a Tailo, and show playmat. I do believe we have a no evolution. So let's get a P-Dove, because I can evolve one of these fabulous Tranquils. So we'll throw down the P-Dove, throw down the Tailo, and find some ice. 3 water energies to 3, Not all of them. Some of them are going to be prized this game, so I can't go for as many as I was hoping for. But hey, that's Pokemon. 3 water energies in our hand when we had nothing before. We see a Manectric. He is going to probably be able to go for that lightning turn. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench, 30 damage. Okay. Not too threatened. Mind you, I am threatened by that, but he has to discard. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We will evolve. Now, Swallow is weak, so I have to be careful for that. And Tranquil, but I don't plan to use Tranquil. We're going to go for another Find Ice. This will net us 3 more water energies. Now, if he goes for 30 here, I don't think I can set up Articuno fast enough. This Manectric actually is a problem. Here's a Persian. I don't think he can play it just yet. Three, 6. He can knock out Articuno, but he'd have to lose all of the energy he's saved up for. Now, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to continue setting up Articuno. He may not have an energy in the back either. Let's go for that final Find Ice, and I can only grab 1 more water energy. But I don't draw that water energy, so it's fine. Now, Manectric, if he gets another energy, can knock me out. That is expected. But if he doesn't, even if he does, he's out of energy. And I have a handful ready to set up Swallow. So we're going to have to wait and see what our opponent decides on here. But I will go for the extra energy drop, and I'll hit the Druddigon. He's got Meowth now as well. So we know that Meowth can evolve into Persian. He does have the Persian in the hand. Does he have an energy? No, he does not, so I'm going to be taking a little bit more damage. But out comes the Druddigon. Nice play on my opponent's part. I will be attaching a... I'll save that. Attach a water energy. I'll be taking... Is it 10? 2 damage counters. So I'll be put into range to be knocked out. Kinda was hoping to have a Pokemon Center Lady right now. Alright. We'll go for the knockout here. I get rid of a Druddigon. 20 damage. And we get a Fire Energy, which we don't need. So the Manectric is definitely going to come out right now, because it can it can finish off Articuno. Without sacrificing its energy. That was a good play on our opponent's part. Albeit it was the only play he could do, but it was a good play. Energy drop onto the Persian so it can Nasty Plot next turn, and Lightning Turn will knock out Articuno. So we're at a 1-1 game right now. Or I guess it'd be 5-5? Okay. I don't want to set up my Swallow and get it knocked out. You have how much HP? 90. Let's set up Fletchling so that I can set up Swallow. Alright. Kinda was hoping to get that Pokemon Center Lady a little earlier. I needed that earlier. Articuno definitely needed some HP, and it didn't get it. There's an Electabuzz now on our opponent's side. But has he got the energy? Yeah, he's attaching an energy drop to Electabuzz. Now, Persian has to go for a Nasty Claw here. So no damage to our Fletchling, which is good. He grabs whatever card he wants. And I think this is the time I go for an Ultra Ball and grab a Bagon. Salamence is in the deck, so that is good to note. Here we are. Evolution will be soon. Swallow is now at 2 energy, needs 1 more. Swallow might be able to get some extra damage off, but I don't know. We see another Tierno and a Pikachu and a Roller Skates. This guy is able to draw all the cards. Another Roller Skates. Gets another 3 cards. This guy's got a hand. He's got to have everything he needs right now. A Palpad lets him shuffle 2 supporters back into his deck, and definitely 2 Tiernos were the right choice. We see a Professor's Letter netting him 2 more electric energies. Just realized that our deck completely is destroyed by electricity. Shelgon might just have to come back in and save us. We see a nasty plot. This nets him 1 more card from his deck. And there it is. We see a Fletchling as our card draw, which I don't want. We're going to evolve into Shelgon, and I'm going to start taking the opportunity to set up Shelgon. That is all I can do. I know I should have attached 1 more energy drop to Swallow, but with Fletchling still in the active position, I'm taking the opportunity to set up Shelgon. I have enough for both, and that's all I really need. Our opponent is getting really close to milling himself out. Now he's going to start taking us out. Raichu has hit the bench. Our opponent might beat us here. Here goes the Fletchling. I'm not surprised. Oh, that mattered. That mattered. Alright, we will have to go for the wing attack here. We're going to take 50 ourselves. He can also switch out and go into any of his electric Pokemon and knock me out 1 shot. We're in a bad position, for sure. There's an electric energy on the Raichu. Do you go for a Shadow Claw? That fire energy loss mattered so much. Really, Pokemon Center ladies tend to come out on our opponent's side way too often. Shadow Claw, 50 damage, and a... No! This is not good. This is not good. Our Pokemon Center lady just went kaputs. Our hand went from being amazing to shut down because of Persian. Now I'm going to take this opportunity to get 2 prizes. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot he had the opportunity to Pokemon Center Lady where I lost mine. That's right, I lost mine. Had the opportunity to keep myself alive, but no. He has another Pokemon Center Lady. This isn't even fair. Why'd you attach another Lightning Energy? There's no reason to attach another Lightning Energy to Persian. None whatsoever. I'm going to lose my Swallow here, which is my Wing Con. Gets rid of my Revive, which I can't believe he's actually flipped 3 times and gained momentum. This is insane. We'll play the Double Dragon Energy. I'm going to net myself some other Pokemon. This way I can possibly set up another Bagon or Articuno. I can't see it. We're in a lot of trouble here. We're going to go for the Rolling Tackle. Can't seem to knock this Persian out. Now, if we can get into Salamence, that will be great. That will be amazing. We are actually set up for Salamence. But, and there's an escape rope. we'll sacrifice our Wingle. Beautiful play on my opponent's part. Saves his Persian, so I don't get a prize card. I really need a Salamence right now. There goes our Wingle. Setting up our Shelgon, because it's all I can do. Come on, Salamence! Pelipper. We might be in for some trouble. Rolling Tackle. Oh, we're gonna be just saved. We're gonna take 70 damage, not 80. Thank you to Shelgon's Exoskeleton. Ah, no, that's a knockout. That is a huge knockout. I cannot believe what's going on right now. The energy, or the luck to get the muscle band, the healing, everything. I lost my Shelgon now. Wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround this is. Articuno is not set up. I don't need another bag on. This is the final turn most likely here. Whether it be not final turn, but find ice will not net me any ice. I have nothing. Shelgon, not Shelgon, Salamence just stayed in the deck the entire time waiting for it. There's nothing I can do. This Raichu is just going to have at it. Hit me for 80. No, it's going to be 100. And then the following turn, I will be annihilated. So there's nothing I can do. I did a fantastic job trying. There's too much. Got Salamence now, but it's too late. We're going to end our turn. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. We cannot attack. Cannot attack. Find Ice is useless. Articuno, you tried. Our opponent played a fantastic game. Had a lot more luck on the cards than we did. Kind of unfair, to be honest with you. Got a lot of luck in the discarding my own hand, because I'm pretty sure if I knocked out Persian, I don't know. It was hard to say. It was really hard to say. But either way, that is game number 2. And as always, we have to have a rubber match, so game number 3 is underway. Final game of today is against Maka Death Blow and the Sylveon deck from Furious Fist. Let's see if we can handle a Furious Fist Sylveon deck. Coin toss! We got a coin toss. Very nice. We're gonna go first. Actually, I should have gone second. Doesn't matter, I've got my weakest start I've had all episode. Well, I'm gonna start with a Dunsparce. That's what I'm gonna start with. Here comes the Spearow. Now, if our opponent has an Eevee, it has an Eevee, but she started with the Shroomish, which is an odd choice because there's no Breloom in that deck. We're going to drop a Fire Energy on Dunsparce, go for the Tierno. Let's see if I can get some extra cards. We got a Wingle, not really helping us out here, and that's going to be our turn. Alright, we see the Shroomish. What is Mr. Shroomish going to do? We see another Eevee. I would have probably gone into Leafeon if it was me. We'll play the Tailo and start setting up Tailo. This is bad hand. I'm gonna go for a Burrow. Get rid of one card. Don't want it. Yes! Professor's Letter is gone. I know you only have one. That was a huge advantage for us. Because she may not... Oh, she does have an energy. And now she'll evolve into Leafeon. There it is! The evolution happens! Leafeon is now on the field. She is going to be able to go for a tackle, dealing 10 more damage to our poor little Dunsparce. Keep setting up Tailo. We're going to discard the next card. That is more important to me. Getting rid of utility. We got rid of a Battle Reporter. No cards for you. Sad part is I'm milling her and we're equal in card drop. That don't make sense. We see the Leafeon now in the active position. Gonna do a lot more damage. I kinda need my Swallow. Oh, you already had a battle reporter! I didn't know there were two. Alright, Grass Energy on Leafeon. This is not looking good. And we're asleep. Oh, we wake up. We can get rid of one more card. As we get a Victini. That might be a saving grace here. Might be a saving grace. We will go for the Burrow, because she can just soothe the Soothing Scent. I got rid of a Grass Energy. That's actually good. Not good enough, apparently. Magical Leaf will knock us out. First time seeing Victini today, and he's going to get the active position, the role he deserves, even though this card is kind of booty. We're going to grab that energy, attach it to Victini, and we are going to grab a lot of fire energies off of that. Steven might not do too much. Cybolt, we need a paralysis here. Weakness 40, and of course we don't get paralysis. Now, we might get unlucky here. Magical Leaf. And we got unlucky. 80 damage. She gets the coin flip. We don't. This is a bad hand. Alright. I'm gonna go into Spearow. We need some luck. We'll revive Victini. Victini's back on the bench. We're gonna go for Steven. I'm gonna go for that Wally. Done. Let's get that Wally. Next turn, I'm getting Swallow. Next turn, I'm getting Swallow. Alright. Energy drop onto Tailo. We're gonna end our turn. We're getting Swallow. And he's gonna do some damage. Maybe not a lot. He's gonna do some damage. Roller Skates flips 3 coins. Or get no cards for her, but it was flip a coin to get 3, not just flip 3 coins. That would have been awkward. Spearow's going down. This is one-sided. But our Tailo is not going to leave us undefeated. We are going to try and get our one prize here. Swallow is coming out, going to showcase himself. As we set up Victini one more time. Come on, wing attack, 50 damage, yes! Alright. Don't get don't get a heads. I want to see us actually knock out Leafeon. Energy evolution, now we're going to have to deal with the Sylveon. There's that evolution off. Curly ribbons in. This is a problem. Oh, potion, we can't even knock out Leafeon now. Tails, I got my wish, but I'm gonna get knocked out next turn. No. I'm gonna retreat. I need this Swallow. We're gonna get rid of a water energy. I'm gonna go into Victini. I'm gonna go for that Cybolt. Weakness, 40 damage. We get the paralysis! That's what I'm talking about! Got a little bit of luck. Finally, something going our way. Energy drop onto Sylveon. That's not good. Potion. Really? Do you need to potion every turn? Alright, setting up Swallow one more time. We're gonna go for that Cybolt. 40 more damage. Can we get the paralysis? No, we cannot. He's gonna probably knock out our Victini one more time. Going for another energy evolution. She's just getting all the luck. You see, if I was me playing, I'd have had one of the 3 evolutions prized. Whew. Victini's not going down this time. No. We're taking out Leafeon. I can't believe we're having a struggle fight with Leafeon. Alright. Cybolt finally knocks out Leafeon. I got paralysis. Kill. Not important. Here we go. One more card. Fletchling. But out comes the Sylveon. It's going to do 30 damage and knock me out. And my Swallow is also in range of being knocked out. So it's not exactly in a favorable position for us. And we're not getting any of our powerhouses. Echoed Voice, 50 damage. Now I will get knocked out regardless on the following turn because it'll do 100. Going to Swallow. I think we've lost this one, guys. Very one-sided. I'm gonna go for the wing attack. It's gonna do 50 damage, but that's it. I have nothing I can play. I'm not bothering with the 3 birds. She's almost set up another Sylveon. There goes my poor Swallow that I trained so hard to get. Up comes Wingull. And that, my friends, is the game. I'm gonna Water Gunner one more time. 10 damage. Sylveon is just too strong. I'll bite. We got really unlucky in the last 2 games. We got really unfortunate. But all I can say is, as much as we were defeated, I have to give Aurora Blast an incredible recommendation. It has one of the strongest engines for a theme deck. Getting the ability to draw all that water energy really quickly is huge. I can set up, I can get my powerhouses going early, and I can come back. It just doesn't help when they're discarded, or I don't get my powerhouses at all. That's probably what happened with the last 2 games. But we had a good time. And I gotta say, those 3 games were very entertaining, very well played on both on my opponent's parts for sure. But that is going to be the end for today's episode, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, time out.